I like that answer.
I'm done Saturday night.
It's a nice day to end Passover. Hearing like Hebrew.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Welcome to our services here at Temple Sinai on this Shabbat Eve. I'm Rabbi Benjamin Zober, one half of the rabbinic team here, and I am so glad to see all of you here and all of you who are out there in the internet land. Welcome, welcome. We are still in Passover, so everybody, I assume, is full of matzah and all those goodies. If you timed it well, you are almost at the end of all your boxes. If you did not estimate well, you either are trying to figure out if you can cram one more box in before you're done, or you have many, 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 many boxes still in your house. I think we are in the latter category for sure. So, no, right there you go. Yeah, it's how could you tell? Yeah. Or 6 months from now, you'll think, oh, matzah, I haven't had this for a while. And no, just. All right. Well, if you are online, enjoying your matzah and crunching away while we have our service, if you would like a copy of our siddur, you can download a virtual one at sinaireno.org/live. It will have all sorts of good things for our service this evening. We do have a few little extra things going on because we are amidst the holiday and all sorts of changes and other stuff. So watch me for the changes and try to keep up. We will begin with a reading that should be on your handouts. We are slaves. We are slaves because freedom means more than broken chains. Where there is poverty and hunger and homelessness, there is no freedom. Where there is prejudice and bigotry and discrimination, there is no freedom. Where there is violence and torture and war, there is no freedom. And where each of us is less than we might be, we are not free. Not yet. At this time, I am honored to invite Diana up to light our Shabbat candles. You can follow along with the prayer on page 2 in your books. Amen. Thank you. Continue our welcome of Shabbat with some songs. We will start with Hine Matov, which can be found on page 10. Hine ma tov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov u'manayim, shevet achot gam yachad. Hine ma tov, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov, shevet achot gam yachad. Hine ma tov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov u'manayim, shevet achot gam yachad. Hine ma tov, hine ma tov. Yadadai, yadadadadadadai. Hine ma tov, hine ma tov. Yadadai, yadadadai, dai, dai, dai. And we turn over to page 12, and we will sing Lechuna Ranana. Lechune ranana, lechune ranana, lechune ranana ladonai. Lechune ranana, lechune ranana, lechune ranana ladonai. Naria, naria, letzor yishenu, nikad mapanav todah. Naria, naria, letzor yishenu, bizmirot naria lo. Lechune ranana, lechune ranana, lechune ranana ladonai. Lechune ranana, lechune ranana, lechune ranana ladonai. And we turn to page 20 for Lechado D, and we will sing verses 1, 2, 5, and 9. And when we reach that 9th and final verse, I invite you, if you are comfortable and you are able, to rise and turn to the entrance of whatever space you are in this evening and welcome the Sabbath bride into your midst. Lecha dodi likrat kala yadadai, 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 ne Shabbat, ne Kabbalat. Lecha dodi likrat kala yadadai, 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 ne Shabbat, ne Kabbalat. Shamor vezachor b'dibur echad, hishmianu el hameyuchad. Adonai echad, ushmo echad, l'shemu tiferet v'letehila. Lecha dodi likrat kala yadadai, 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 ne Shabbat, ne Kabbalat. Lecha dodi likrat kala yadadai, 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 ne Shabbat, ne Kabbalat. Likrat Shabbat, Lechu v'nilcha, ki hi mekor habracha, mirosh mikedem nesucha, sof ma'aseh b'machshavat chila. Lecha dodi likrat kala yadadai, 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 ne Shabbat, ne Kabbalat. Lecha dodi likrat kala yadadai, 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 ne Shabbat, ne Kabbalat. Hitorari, hitorari, kiva orech kumi ori, uri uri, shir daberi, kevod Adonai, alaik nigla. Lecha dodi likrat kala yadadai, 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 ne Shabbat, ne Kabbalat. Lecha dodi likrat kala yadadai, 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 ne Shabbat, ne Kabbalat. Boim shalom ateret bala, gam simcha uvetzola, toch emunei am segula, boi chala, lecha dodi likrat kala yadadai, 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 ne Shabbat, ne Kabbalat, lecha dodi likrat kala yadadai, 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 ne Shabbat, ne Kabbalat. Bavakasha לשבת. We turn to page 26 and recite together the Chatzi Kaddish. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabba, v'yalma divrach urute v'yamlich malchute, b'chayechon v'yomechon, uv'chaye dechol beit Yisrael, bagala, bagala, uvizman kariv, v'meru, amen. Yehei shmei Rabba mevarach, le'olam v'olmei hamaya, yitbarach, yitbarach v'yishtabach, v'yitpar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yitale v'yithalal, shmei dekudesha barichu. Leila min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, damiran be'alma, v'meru, amen. We turn to page 28 when we rise in body or in spirit for the Baruch Hu. Yai da 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 da. Yai da 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 da. Yai da 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 da. Yai da 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 da. Yai da 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 da. Yai da 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 da. Yai da 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 da. Yai da 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 da. Baruch Hu et Adonai, Amevorach, Baruch Adonai, Amevorach, Amevorach, Le'olam va'ed, Amevorach, Amevorach, Le'olam va'ed. We continue with the Hebrew on page 30. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bidvaro ma'ariv aravim, b'chochma poteach she'arim, uvitvuna meshanei itim, umacharif et ha'azmanim, v'mesader et ha'kochavim, v'mishmerotehem barakia kirtzono, borei yom v'layla, Golel or mipnei choshech, v'choshech mipnei or. Uma'avir yom uvei laila, umavdil bein yom uvein laila. Adonai tzevaot shemo, El chai v'kayam, tamid himloch aleinu le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai, hamariv aravim. We continue together singing Ahavat Olam, page 32. Ahavat Olam, Bet Yisrael, Amcha ahavta, Amcha ahavta, Torah u'mitzvot, Chukim u'mishpatim, Otanu limadata, Otanu limadata. Al kein Adonai Eloheinu b'shokmenu, kumenu nasiach bechukecha, v'nismach b'divrei Toratecha, uv'mitzvotecha le'olam va'ed, ki hem chayenu, v'yorech yameinu, uvahem nege yomam v'layla, nage yomam v'layla, v'ahavatcha al tasir, mimenu le'olamim, Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev amo Yisrael, Ohev amo Yisrael. The Shema can be found on page 34. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed. Bavakasha לשבת. We continue with the V'ahavta, page 36. V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'kol levavcha u'v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol meodecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha b'veitecha uv'lechtecha v'derech u'shokbecha uv'kumecha Ukshartam lot al yadecha, v'hayu letotafot b'neinecha, uchtavtam al mezuzot beitecha, u'visharecha, leman tizkeru, v'asitam et kol mitzvotai, v'tem kedoshim lelohechem. Ani Adonai Elohechem, Asher hotzeiti etchem mi'eretz Mitzrayim, liot lachem Elohim. Ani Adonai Elohechem, Adonai Elohechem emet. We read responsively the middle of page 39. In a world torn by violence and pain, a world far from wholeness and peace, give us the courage to say, Adonai, there is one God in heaven and earth. The high heavens declare your glory. May earth reveal your justice and love. From bondage in Egypt we were delivered. At Sinai we bound ourselves to your way. Inspired by prophets and instructed by sages, time and again we overcame oppressive forces. Though our failings are many and our faults are great, it has been our glory to bear witness to our God, keeping alive in dark ages your vision of a world redeemed. Work for the day when nations shall be one in a peace. Then shall we rejoice as Israel did, singing on the shores of the sea. Micha Mocha can be found on the very next page. Yai dai 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 yai dai 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 yai dai 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 yai dai 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 yai dai dai dai. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nehedar b'kodesh, nora tehilot osefele, nora tehilot osefele. Malchutecha ra'uvanecha, bokei ayam livnei Moshe. Ze Elianu ve'amru, Ze Elianu ve'ameru. Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed. Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed. V'nemar kifar Adonai et Yaakov. Ugalo miyad chazak mimenu, Baruch atah Adonai, Gal Yisrael. We read together in the English on page 42. Grant, O God, that we lie down in peace, and raise us up our guardian to life renewed. Spread over us the shelter of your peace. Guide us with your good counsel. For your name's sake, be our help. Shield and shelter us beneath the shadow of your wings. Defend us against enemies, illness, war, famine, and sorrow. Distance us from wrongdoing. For you, God, watch over us and deliver us. For you, God, are gracious and merciful. Guard our going and coming to life and to peace evermore. Blessed are you, Adonai, guardian of Israel, whose shelter of peace is spread over us, over all your people Israel, and over Jerusalem. Baruch atah Adonai, haparei sukat shalom aleinu, v'al kol amo Yisrael, v'al Yerushalayim. We turn to page 44 for the singing of Vishamru. Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asod et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asod et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. Beini uvein b'nei Yisrael, od b'nei Yisrael, od hi le'olam. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asod et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. Ki sheish yamim asa Adonai et ha-shamayim v'et haaretz v'shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asod et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. Et hu vayom hashvi'i shavat vayinafash Shabbat vayinafash, Shabbat vayinafash, V'shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, woo, la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. Whew, okay. Well, all good and warmed up, and that is a good thing because we're about to turn to the Amidah, and I will draw your attention to a couple things that happen this Shabbat. The first is that when we get to the thing about the rain and the snow and the dew and thing, we're switching over to summer. So it is officially summer in the Jewish world. So bust out the jean shorts and the flip flops, and we're good. There are also a few extra little inserts that are for Pesach. So those things that you've skipped over every single other week that say for Pesach, put those in this week and get those and get a little bit extra blessing for this holiday season that we are in. So we turn to page 46, and I invite you all, Bavakasha lakum, please rise. Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi agita hilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Velohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Velohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'koneh HaKol, V'zocher Chastei Avot v'Imahot, Umevi Geula Livnei B'neihem, Leman Shemho Be'ahava, Melech Ozer Umoshia Umagen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Abraham, Be'ezrat Sarah. Atah Gibor Leolam Adonai, Mechaye HaKol Atah Rav Lehoshia, Morid Hatah, Mechakel Chaim B'Chesed, Mechaye HaKol Berachamim Rabim, Sohomek Noflim Berofech Olim, Umatir Asurim, Umkayem Emunato, Lishenei Afar, Michamocha Bal Gevurot, Umino Melach, Melech Menich, Umechaye, Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'ne'emanatal hachayot hakol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechaye hakol. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, U'kadoshim b'chol yom yelucha selah. Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh. We continue silently to page 62. Please be seated or when you feel ready. Ose Shalom can be found on page 62. Ose Shalom, Shalom bimromav, Uyase Shalom Aleinu, Ve'ol kol Yisrael, V'imru Amen. Uyase Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Amen. Ose Shalom, Shalom bimromav, Uyase Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. V'imru Amen. Ve'al kol Yisrael. Amen. We turn at this time to our little extra sheets here, and we read the observing of the month. Observe the month of Aviv and offer a Passover sacrifice to Adonai your God. For it was in the month of Aviv at night that Adonai your God freed you from Egypt. For 7 days thereafter you shall eat unleavened bread, bread of distress. For you departed from the land of Egypt hurriedly, so that you may remember the day of your departure from the land of Egypt as long as you live. We turn at this time to our Torah service, Siddur Kriyat HaTorah. It is my honor to invite up Adam Brohoff to open our ark, and I wonder, Micah and Eric, would you guys help me carry some Torahs? Okay, please come on up. We turn to page 246, and I invite you to please rise. Ki mitzion tetzei Torah, Ki mitzion tetzei Torah, Udevar Adonai Merushalayim. Baruch Shenatan Torah, Torah. Baruch Shenatan Torah, Torah, Le'amo Yisrael, V'hikadushato. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo, Gadlul Adonai iti, Uneromamo Shemo Yaftav. Lecha Adonai Hagedula, Hagivura, V'hatiferet, V'hanetzach v'hahod, Ki kol b'shamayim uvaretz, Ki kol b'shamayim uvaretz, Adonai hamamlacha, Amit naseh v'kol erosh, Al shlosha devarim, Al shlosha devarim, Al shlosha devarim, Olam omed. Al haTorah ve'al havodah ve'al gemilut chasadim. Al haTorah ve'al havodah ve'al gemilut chasadim. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Thank you. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. I got it. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Thank you both so much. You may be seated. For our Aliyah this evening, it is my honor to invite up Bart Rivero, Ya'amod Ben Yamin Ben Eliezer La'aliyah HaTorah. Stuck here. Oh, there we go.
Baruch Hu et Adonai Hambarach.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Olam. Asher b'chabonu mikol ha'amim. V'notan lanu et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen. All right. Right there. Amen. Vayosh Adonai Bayom Hahi Et Yisrael Miyad Mitzrayim Vayar Yisrael Et Mitzrayim Met Al Sfat Hayam Vayar Yisrael Et Hayad Hagadolah Asher Asa Adonai B'Mitzrayim Vayiru ha'am et Adonai, vayimenu ba'Adonai, uv'Moshe avdo. Az yashir Moshe, uv'nei Yisrael, et hashira hazot l'Adonai, vayomru lemor, Isha la'Adonai, ki ga'o ga'a, Sus v'rochbo rama b'mayim. Ozi v'zimratya vayili leshua. Ze Eli v'anochi anochi. Elohei avi v'amonehu. Adonai ish milchama. Adonai shemo.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech olam, asher notan lanu Torat emet, v'chayei olam notah b'tzokeinu. Baruch atah Adonai, noten haTorah.
Amen. Yasher koach. Of course, have a blessing for you. Misha berach avotenu v'imotenu. Avraham, Yitzchak, v'Yaakov, Sarah, Rivka, Rachel, v'Leah. May the one who blessed our ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebekah, Rachel, and Leah, bless you. As you have come up to Torah in honor of God and Torah, may you merit from the Holy One of blessing, protection, rescue from any trouble or distress, and from any illness, minor or serious. May God send blessing and success in your every endeavor, together with all Israel, and let us say, Amen. Thank you. We turn our thoughts at this time to those who need a bit of healing, whether it is of body or mind or of spirit. We are thinking of Mary Jo Adams, Kevin Ashton, Kathy Bartlett, Tracy Bartlett, Batya Ta'ali, Nava Brenner, Laura Cohen, Oritsur Cohen, Megan Carney Cranmer, Wolfie Crosby, Jim Eagle Smith, Marty Fliegler, Brenda Granger, Marlene Harris, Pam Hendricks, Ron Kamen, Letitia Kruger, Lisa Liebergott and family, John Lutzker, Jason Matthews, Harav Miriam Yael Chaya Batsara, Tim Ober, Claire Petersky, Tony Petty, Carol Pevney, the Ramirez Morgan family, Judy Ramos, Sarah Batchava, Harav Sarah Bat Yisrael V'Shoshana, Chaya Schwartz, Shana Bracha Bat Esther Malka, Shlomit Shalit, Chris Stanton, Vanessa Wagner, Bobby Wells, Baby Ramirez Wolf, Israela Devira Bat Avraham Vasara, Asher Zelech, and we add collective prayers for Israel and Palestine and everyone affected by war and violence in that part of the world, for everyone affected by the coronavirus or long COVID, and for the Jewish and other communities of Ukraine. If there are other names that you wish to add, I invite you to share those names in the comments if you're online, and if you are present in the sanctuary this evening, I invite you to share those names as my eyes meet yours. Everyone that we're thinking of, for all of them, our song of healing, Debbie Friedman's Misha Berach, can be found on page 253. Please join me. Misha Berach Avotenu Mekor HaBrecha Leimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Misheberach imotenu Mekor HaBrecha Li'avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. At this time, is Michael Cohen here somewhere? I need someone to lift this Torah. I guess. Jeremy Cohen, please. All right, stepping on up. There you go. We all rise. Vazod HaTorah Asher Sam Moshe Livnei B'nei Yisrael Al Pi Adonai B'yad Moshe. Yai dai 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 dai. Yai dai 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 dai. Yai dai 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 dai. Yai dai 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 dai. Yai dai 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 dai. Yai dai 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 dai. Yai dai 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 dai. Yai dai 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 dai. We turn to page 257, and we will take turns reading. When Torah entered the world, freedom entered it. The whole Torah exists only to establish peace.
Its highest teaching is love and kindness. What is hateful to you, do not do to any person.
That is the whole Torah. All the rest is commentary. Go and learn it. Those who study Torah are the true guardians of civilization.
Honoring one another, doing acts of kindness, and making peace. These are our highest duties. But the study of Torah is equal to them all, because it leads to them all.
Let us learn in order to teach. Let us learn in order to do. Page 256. Eitz Chaim lemachazikim ba v'torteha meushar derachea darchei noam v'chol notivotecha shalom hashivenu Adonai elecha v'nashua Chodesh Yameinu Chodesh Yameinu Kekedem. Thank you. Bavakasha Lashevet. Just when you thought it was safe to go back in the water. Be honest, after you saw the movie Jaws, how long was it until you were willing to go back in the water? Depends on the water. Very true. Although I avoided my bathtub for a while. I don't know. I just wanted to be extra sure. We as Jews have not always been afraid to go in water. When Pharaoh commanded that all male Israelite children be killed, Moses' mother, Yocheved, she did something different. She put him in a basket and set it on the Nile and saved his life. He survived and went on to great things. He wasn't a doctor, but nobody's perfect. Years later, as we stood at the Sea of Reeds, we had a similar challenge, going into the water to save lives. Behind us was the Egyptian army, and in front of us, the sea. According to a midrash, the sea did not automatically part. It was not until a man named Nachshon waded into the water until he was almost completely submerged that finally the waters parted. You know the rest. We crossed, we made it to dry land on the other side, and the Egyptians were drowned as they pursued us. As you may have noticed, our Torah portion of the Shabbat takes from this sequence. We have been discussing sacrifices in Leviticus, and now we've jumped back in the Torah to the Song of the Sea. We make this adjustment every year and read this portion during Passover. But with all of the Exodus narrative available to us, why do we read this part of the story again during Pesach? Certainly, there is a theme of deliverance and redemption. The whole of Passover is our journey from slavery to freedom, and crossing over the sea was a significant part of that. We do more, though, than just remember things. Scholar Aviva Gottlieb Zornberg, in writing on this passage, notes that the Israelites were uncertain. and afraid. Their fear is based on the knowledge that they are not different from the Egyptians, she writes, that they are flesh and blood, vulnerable to punishment. Their song was an expression both of gratitude and of fear. For the Israelites, the fear was that God could do to them what God did to the Egyptians. As they walked on land through the sea, they could not help but watch in terror as their pursuers were engulfed and wonder if the sea would come for them next. As the author Ilana Kershaw notes, God would not have been the first ruler in their lives to have a change of heart. As their fear of the Egyptians subsided, their fear of God increased. Go check that out, Micah. Yeah, find out what's going on. Tell them to be quiet. We're trying to do a service here. They'll listen to you. We continue to read this passage twice a year, here and when it comes around in the cycle, not because we live in fear of God, but because terror still exists. Rabbi Heather Renetsky explains that the song of the sea, Shirat Hayam, is the moment when the Israelites say, "We have been oppressed, and now we are free, and we will use that freedom for good." Doing good still sometimes demands that we wade into uncomfortable waters. The Jewish human rights organization Truah often uses the slogan, "Resisting tyrants since Pharaoh." During the Seder, we recite V'hi she'amda l'avotenu v'lanu. That which stood for our ancestors applies to us as well. For it was not only one individual who stood up against us to destroy us. Rather, in every generation, they stand up against us to destroy us. And in every generation, we rise. We rise to the challenge of oppression and tyranny, discrimination and bigotry. Rabbi Sarah often reminds us that Exodus is our master narrative, the sequence of events that tells of our origin and defines our identity. Once we were slaves. Another organization that embodies this transformation is the Hebrew Immigrant Aid Society, HIAS. It was formed originally to help Jews succeed in the New World. Now it focuses on the needs of immigrants from all religions and nationalities. They describe their mission this way: we used to help people because they were Jewish. Now we help people because we are Jewish. Back into the water we go. We go in again and again. Each time it is uncertain and even terrifying, but we go in because we must. Perhaps we can take comfort that we have been there, or here as we find it before. Our causes, our challenges, and our work in the world are not new. Some are ones we thought we had resolved years or even decades ago. But as we know from our own history, many opponents are not so easily defeated. And in each generation, we are called on to act. Our ancestors went into the water. They went in amid risk and terror. And we are here because they did. They, like their ancestors, stood at the edge of the sea and they went forward. As we feel the water beneath us, will we have the conscience, the conviction, and the courage to do the same? Shabbat Shalom. We have another little change in our regularly scheduled programming that at this time we are in the midst of what is known as counting the Omer. Those of you who are not familiar with this wonderful little bit of Jewish accounting, we are commanded to count the days between Pesach and Shavuot, and we literally do just that. So there are other practices that oftentimes people take each week or each day, and they add an attribute or some sort of value to meditate on and add to their study and their worship and the soul work that they do. But at the very least, what we do is we recognize and we literally count these days. So what we have for ours is we say, Hayom Shisha Vayomim LaOmer, Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam, Asher Kitshanu B'mitzvotav V'tzivano Al Sfirat HaOmer. Our praise to you, Adonai, sovereign of all, who hallows us with the mitzvot, commanding us to count the Omer. Today is the 6th day of the Omer. So if you say Amen, you get full credit. Amen. At this time, okay, where is my book? What do we got here? It is my honor to invite up John and Sarah to open our Ark doors. We turn to page 282, and I invite you, Bavakasha Lakum, please rise for the Aleinu. Aleinu l'shabeach Adon hakol, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עצנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. We turn to page 285. Let the time not be distant, O God, when all shall turn to you in love, when corruption and evil shall give way to integrity and goodness, when superstition shall no longer enslave the mind, nor idolatry blind the eye. For may all created in your image become one in spirit and one in friendship, forever united in your service. Then shall your realm be established on earth, and the word of your prophet fulfilled. Adonai will reign forever and ever. Page 287. V'nemar v'haya Adonai l'melech al kol haaretz. Bayom hahu, Yeh Adonai echad, Ushemo echad. Bavakasha לשבת. It is a fearful thing to love what death can touch. A fearful thing to love, hope, dream, to be, and oh, to lose. A thing for fools this, and a holy thing to love. For your life has lived in me, your laugh once lifted me, your word was gift to me. To remember this brings a painful joy. 'Tis a human thing, love, a holy thing, to love what death has touched. We think now of our loved ones whom death has recently taken from us, those who died at this season in years past, and those whom we have drawn into our hearts with our own. At this time, we remember Debbie Herman, Jerry Zober, Laura Lazarus, Ron Darst, Robert Stearns, Sally Ann Castle Ryan, Irene Fenton, Patricia Duffier, Joseph Ohayan, Yolanda Jimenez, Nancy Dawes, Ernie Kuntz, Michael Schifrin, Justin Friedlander, Michael McGraw, James Clore, Herbert Gordon, Vivian Morgan, Les Cohen, Martha Gould, Alvina Geiger, Frederick Andres, Marilyn Hilborn, Neil J. Rosen, Hadassah Bat Chaim, Terry Sayez. And on this Shabbat, we commemorate the yard sites for Sonia Drukarev, May Lazar, May Sarah Norman, Milton J. Gumbert, Max Bretzfelder, Ruth Gross Frankel, Diane Rich, Robert Altman, Arthur B. Jenkins, Charles Wolfe Marsh, and Reese Sanks. If there are other names that you wish to remember, again, I invite you to put those names in the comments, and if you are present, please share those names when my eyes meet yours. Kaddish Yatom can be found on page 294. If it is your custom, I invite you to please rise. Yitgadal v'yitkadash Shemei Rabbah v'yalma divrach l'rutei v'yamlich malchutei v'chayachon v'yomechon uv'chayei dechol beit Yisrael v'agala v'zman kariv v'imru. Yehei Shmei Rabbah Mevarach Le'olam Ulmei Almaya Yitbarach V'Yishtabach V'Yitpa'ar V'Yitromam V'Yitnaseh V'Yitadar V'Yitaleh V'Yithalal Shmei Kudesha B'Richu Leila Min Kol Birchata V'Shirata Tushbachata V'Nechemata Tamiran V'Alma V'Imru. Amen. Yehei Shlama Rabbah Min Shemaya V'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mramav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us and to all who mourn, to which we say, Amen. B'vakasha l'shevet, please be seated. Okay, looks like all my announcements, folks, are hiding. So, Jeremy, you're welcome to do these if you want. Pulling all the roles. You're just Johnny on the spot tonight. I love it. Should be everything you need and more.
Thanks. Thank you, Rabbi Benjamin Sober, for leading us in another Friday night service. Big thank you to Michael Gordon leading the live stream. And our big ONIG sponsor tonight is the Jewish Practice Committee. So they'll be nice enough to sponsor a nice ONIG for us in just a matter of moments. Volunteers always needed to help chanting Torah. Please contact Rabbi Zobers if you are even a little bit interested in that. They are more than happy to guide you. And it's actually quite a bit of fun getting more involved in the temple. As well as live stream techs, Mike Gordon in the back, it help you teach how to do the live streams that we do every Friday, so Internet Land stays included. Hi, Internet Land. There are upcoming Torah study this upcoming Saturday, April 19th. That's 10 a.m. Zoom organized. If you want to hop on Zoom and study Torah together, Saturday mornings. This Sunday, the 20th of the month, 20th of April, is Sinai School. At 9:30, there's a 12 o'clock library committee meeting, and then Novel Noshers, which, book club? It's a book club?
Yeah.
Okay, this is something I want to get involved with. I want to get in the loop on that. Sunday, 1 o'clock, Novel Noshers. Tuesday, April 22nd, lunch with the rabbis at noon, and then 6 p.m. that 22nd Tuesday is the Interfaith Comedy Night at Sinai, so that'll be hilarious. I should, you know what? I'm pretty funny. My wife thinks so, so I should get involved. She thinks I'm fun sometimes. I think I'm funnier, but anyway. Thursday, April 24th, Holocaust Day of Remembrance at the Atlantis Casino Resort at 7 p.m. That is Thursday, April 24th. Thursday, April 24th, Holocaust Day of Remembrance. And then Friday, the 25th, there'll be a Kabbalat Shabbat service. And then there'll be a bat mitzvah. Gemma Banton is getting bat mitzvah that following Saturday. There's a Who Knew that upcoming Sunday, April 27th, Sinai School 9:30, and then Who Knew at 1 o'clock. The Who Knews are always very informative, featuring Mr. Dworkin. Okay, all right. And then there's a huge sabbatical send-off for the rabbis. For those who don't know, the Rabbi Zobers are going on a big sabbatical through Europe, Mediterranean, Scotland, which is pretty cool. So we're going to be here, and we're still going to be holding service. So lots of roles to fulfill and to volunteer for. And I will stop us. Well, I'll mention one more thing. May 3rd, Saturday, Bat Mitzvah, Ramona. So that's going to be pretty amazing. Please be there for Ramona's Bat Mitzvah. And I will call it right there on those announcements. So thank you.
Thank you, Jeremy. That was good. Yes, we are getting ever closer to our sabbatical. So a few things are going to be winding down as we get there. So next week will be, I think, my last service before we go. So feel free to come on or just be like, oh, one more week and then I don't have to deal with the rabbi anymore. Either way, but we hope you come for that. Then, of course, bat mitzvah next morning. This weekend, I believe, is going to be the last one of Torah study that Rabbi Sarah and I are doing because we generally do not do them on weeks when we have bar and bat mitzvahs. So if you are a part of that group, be sure to come tomorrow morning. If you have always wanted to check it out and you just haven't, go for it. I will say there is a lot of stuff that has been planned, so the group will be continuing while we are on our sabbatical. It sounds amazing, some really, really neat stuff. Different people from the community teaching all sorts of different lessons, and a really, really wonderful way to keep up the learning and to learn from some other people, because that's one of the beautiful things, that we have people with so much knowledge and passion that they're going to share. So perhaps you've been on the fence about joining, and this would be a wonderful time to come on in, and then you will be an expert by the time Rabbi Sarah and I come back. So please, please, please join for all those things. So our closing song this evening is Oziva Zimrat Yah. It can be found on page 343. It is the nigun that I began with early at the beginning of the service. That is our tune. It also has some of the text that we read in our Torah. Got a whole theme thing going on here. So if you know it, please join in. Ozi v'zimrat ya vayahili leshua. 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 Shabbat shalom, everyone.